We're getting Zach's pickup ready for tomorrow.
Secret.
It's a secret. I did not know that.
It's not really a surprise. He's gonna tell you.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. We ended up trading off our combines, basically our harvest equipment, if you want to call it that. We've talked a long time about going from 2 machines down to 1, 2 combines down to 1 combine. Right now we run 2 S780s, and then we have 2 tractors, 2 grain carts that we usually run for corn harvest. And like this year, it's just Blake and I, and then Jordan. It's just us 3. So we were kind of going back and forth on what we were going to do for a 4th person. And I don't know if you guys saw in a previous video, we did that X9 demo. And we liked how that went. It went really well. It did what we needed to be able to run 1 machine. We did end up getting a deal done on going to 1 machine. That's all been in the works, trying to get stuff moved around and equipment picked up and keep sprinklers running and keep spraying. It's kind of been a mess, but
Yeah.
We have 1 circle of corn. I call it a circle, but it's dry land. I just don't want to go out there and check it because I know it's gonna build up the anxiety. Because all our corn heads we have now are clean. Our combines are clean. I mean, perfect. Everything is ready to be traded off to get rid of it. I just really, really don't want to dirty stuff up to pick 1 circle. So we're trying hard to get all this worked out and get this other machine here in time to where we don't have to dirty up a 780. So tomorrow I'm going to run up to Nebraska and go pick up our corn head. Still going to be an 18-row 20. We've talked a lot about going to a 40-foot, 20-inch corn head, which would be a 24-row, but they're few and far between. There was no way we could have found one for this year.
Yeah,
this all happened pretty last minute.
Yeah.
So it will be an 18-row 20 deer corn head, but obviously going to an X9, our 618Cs that we have now, they don't fit.
Yeah.
The feeder house on an X9 is
So
a
you
lot
have
bigger.
to do
So
something.
we had to trade corn heads to at least this year. So we went to a C18R. Pretty excited about it. I'm going to take one of our corn heads up there, drop it off, and then pick up our new one. And then we have a draper head sitting up there too that we need to go get, but that's not as high a priority. We got this 1 circle, and then after that it's probably another 10 days, 2 weeks before we'll be ready to pick anything.
So that answers some questions too.
Blake just started shutting some of his sprinklers off for the year yesterday. That was an exciting time for us because it's pretty much every day we have something getting shut off for the year, which is the best feeling in the world. Got the corn head all loaded up. I just need to put 1 more strap on it, and then I probably need to check wheel bearings because it's a 7-hour drive one way. Tomorrow's going to be a long,
And he's got to do it in a day. I mean, because it's not like you're going to stay there. His pickup gets muddy every day because all of the wells that we check are super muddy whenever the sprinklers pass over the roads. And those roads, you just can't hide from them. He's getting it all ready. He's got a long drive ahead of him tomorrow. I feel bad. I did all the fun part and now he's doing the not fun part. And I offered. I really promise I did. I think he's just OCD and he likes to have it done his way. I just have a squirrel brain, as you guys know, and I'm just all over the damn place. So accomplishing a task the way he does all the way through is really hard for me. Well, he's checking all the wheel bearings. This is what he's taking tomorrow. Most of y'all probably already know what he's doing, but it's always fun to show people that might not.
Of course. It's a law. You cannot use a grease gun and not have it run out of grease.
Do you need another one? Where are they in the heated shop on the shelf?
There's a bunch of different kinds. I'll have to show you. Grab some grease.
We're on this side and I can show you what's going on. I don't know, but he's teaching me.
We're not really taking apart the wheel bearing.
Taking off the cap and tightening it. And I am making sure that the dogs are occupied by playing fetch. I am doing the job. It's a job.
This is one of those projects that it's
Sucks when it's hot.
Well, sucks when it's hot and it's just not fun to do because it's just not that it's hard, but it's
Tedious.
tedious and it's time consuming. The first time you lose a wheel bearing like on the highway and you're doing this on the side
Has
of the
that
highway.
happened to you yet?
Oh yeah.
I used to be on a harvest crew.
Yeah, that was like a pretty regular thing. And we check these like before every trip, and
And
it
it
just
still
still
happens?
Yeah.
And
If you
it
don't
will
catch it, your
stop?
whole wheel will just fall off.
That's terrifying. Has that happened?
Yeah.
While you were
Yeah,
driving?
the first time, we need to tell Brandon to watch this video. The first time I was ever at Brandon's, for the very
Yeah.
first time,
Yeah.
I think I was with his dad. We were driving along and he was pulling my header for me, and I looked out the window and one of our tires was passing us, going through a field.
He told that story.
Yeah.
His dad told that story
Yeah.
when I met him. That
Yeah,
is-
a wheel bearing went out while we were pulling it. Basically, long story short, first time I'd ever been on this farm, which now we're good friends. I was just there cutting for him, represent our crew good. And yeah, we're driving and I look out the window and one of our header trailer tires was just passing us, going through the field. Like,
How fast were you going?
we were only going like 40 Rock Road.
Still.
But it passed us and it tipped over out there and it caught the field on fire. So I had to
I
run
forgot.
out there and go put it out.
That's so embarrassing. Like you said, even when you keep up with them, it still happens.
Yeah, we checked him. I mean, we checked him religiously because yeah, it is
'cause
no
you were
fun.
traveling constantly.
It's no fun doing this on the side of the road.
The next day.
Well, guys, I was gonna give you a update today. Kind of an exciting day. Going to pick up our new one. I'm about 30 minutes from dropping off this old one, the one we're trading in, and blue tire. This trailer has like brand new tires on it, so I didn't bring a spare, didn't bring a jack. Had to take my toolbox out of the bed because I have a crate back there with Yetter Devastators on them, just an attachment for the corn head. I know it's dumb. Of course it sounds dumb, but honestly, I wasn't worried about it. This thing has like literally brand new tires on it. But I'm like in the middle of nowhere. I'm in the middle of nowhere as like, I'm the most middle of nowhere that you can be. We're making phone calls, trying to figure out our options. Part of it. So, yeah, that seems to be the issue. I'm no expert, but I think that's my problem.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Sitting here for probably 10 or 15 minutes making phone calls. Haven't had a car pass yet. Oh, there's a semi way down there. That's the first one. Cool stuff. Well, guys, I'm sorry. I kind of spaced off videoing today after I blew that tire and got that all fixed up. That cost me a couple hours. That really put a damper on the day. But we did it. We're back home on the first trip. I'll go over this corn head a little bit in the daylight, but it's about 1:45 in the morning. I drove something like 15, 16 hours today. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. We'll touch base on this in the daylight. Sorry I didn't get more video.
Zach made it back safely at like 2 in the morning. I'm gonna help him guide this thing back in here, but he got it. He's in there talking to Blake, but he pulled it in here for now and kind of showed me around. Lots of little fancy gadgets on this thing, some crazy lights. I guess this is not a surprise. He explained how this whole part comes off, and this is how it's going to fit on an X9. So that's what they are getting. I'm pretty sure they're getting the X9 1100, which is the most powerful one, but I'll have to ask again. I don't remember if it was a 1000 or not. I think I'm like sticking with the 1000 because that's what we demoed. American Implement was nice enough to let us demo one during wheat harvest. Those are little corn stompers, and that's a cat. I know that. That's one thing I do know about this whole thing. I don't know a lot, but I know that's my cat. He got sent on a wild ride yesterday. There's his blown out tire, and he picked up a spare while he was there, and the luck he had was insane. They only had, he's had to stop at a really tiny little town, and that's all they had was like that one spare tire or one spare rim and 2 spare tires. So he just picked both of those up, and the timing was really good, so it worked out really, really nice. He left at 4 or 5 in the morning yesterday. Drove all day. Of course, he had to drop off that other header in a town a few hours away. Then he had to keep going with the trailer. Picked up that other one at his final destination. Drove all the way home from there. I don't know how he's alive. If it was me on that trip, I would be like dead inside. I feel tired right now because I had anxiety all day yesterday. After his tire blew, I was like, you know, that crazy wife anxiety. Just making sure he's okay every 5 seconds, and he had crappy service the whole way. But yeah, it's here. Guys, this doesn't happen very often, but it's the middle of the day. It's like 102 degrees, and a sprinkler went down, and we don't know why yet. So we're gonna go investigate, and Zach told me this is gonna be a learning experience and I have to do it by myself. I mean, I don't believe him, but we'll just see. If there's anything heavy involved, we might just wait because we have a cold front coming in tonight. The high tomorrow is gonna be like 77, and the high today was like 102. So hopefully it's nothing crazy, but you know how sprinklers are. They just pull the wildest stunts right before you're done. I don't feel we'll need these tools yet, but we're gonna throw this toolbox back in here. He just got back from getting that header last night, so nothing's in his pickup now. Well, we stopped at the edge of the circle, and he tried to get up on top of the pickup and look to see if it was kinked, and it wasn't. So this is our second option. Taking everything out and trying to diagnose it.
Be watching for this first tower to move. I'm wondering if we have a problem with the overwater timer. You're waiting for see the towers move, but
All right, so that first tower moved.
we need to probably go watch it move. Like stand down there. The way it, whenever you put it in reverse and back to forward like that,
Yeah.
Blake's just in my ear telling me everything. But when you put it in reverse and back to forward like that, it resets the overwater timer. So that's what I'm guessing. Learned the valuable lesson on overwater timers last year. Well, I learned the lesson this year, but I was taught the lesson last year.
Yeah, the hard way.
Yeah.
People always ask about the wildlife around here. Back in Texas, we had diamondback rattlers, and they are not aggressive. But here, we have prairie rattlers.
See 'em right there?
I can't even see them. That's what's so scary. Oh, I see his little. Oh my gosh, am I even? Yeah, that's him.
Here, scoot right here where I'm at. There's a little bigger gap to your right. There you go.
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah, Zach almost stepped on that just now.
I was just about to step over him.
Oh, yep, that's where he was walking.
I was like a step from him.
Yeah, he almost stepped right on him.
that.
So,
I just forget. We
Yeah.
don't see him too often.
right, but it's
And usually
perfect.
you don't see him right by the corn.
No, which, you know, is stupid to
Yeah, I was
assume
just
that
on
they
a-
won't be, but
I
still.
was just on a mission.
Yep. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this one up by saying you guys are freaking wild. I honestly don't know where I'm at right now, but I know I'm over 20,000 subscribers. I wanted to be at 10K by the end of the year. This was a really eventful past couple of days. Got to show you a little bit of sprinkler action, a little bit of snake action, a little bit of road tripping shenanigans action. I'm just happy that part is over with, but we still have to do a couple more road trips. I say we, like I'm going, I'm not going. But we got some kind of disappointing news today that it looks like we're gonna have to keep our sprinklers on for a little bit longer than planned. For the people that don't know, of course, you turn off sprinklers, just common sense, and then you wait about a month for the corn to dry up and fully mature before we go and harvest it, right? Like we've said in a couple other previous vlogs, there are 2 separate kind of farm locations, and one of them already has all of its sprinklers off, so it'll be ready to cut here in a couple of weeks. But now with the temperatures rising, we kind of have to keep them on for a little bit longer. Either way, harvest is coming up on us. The tractor and grain cart that I learned on last year is just about ready to start practicing on. So in the next video, it'll be business as usual, and we can do a little walk around the new header if you want to, only if you want. I know that most of you guys watching already know everything about the farm equipment and how it works and all that, but I always think it's fun to do like a little tutorial or a walk around or show you how things work, because in my mind, I'm still new to it, and maybe there's some people on here that are new to it too, and they just want to know what the heck that is. So as usual, let me know in the comments if that's what y'all want to see. Again and again and again, I know I'm super annoying. Thank you guys so much for the support and love. Thank you for all the new people that have come in and and have been so welcoming and sweet and nice in the comments. Of course, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, love you, bye.